So here are the measurement we're using in cutting the trousers: the length, the waist, the hip, which is otherwise known as trouser zits, the thigh, the knee, and of course the ankle. Okay, now so you in measuring your trousers, you remove 1 inch here. So you don't start from the edge of the tape rule here. You remove an inch, of course, here, and then the length we are using is 39 inches. So we divide 39 into two, which is 19.5, and then we add 1 inch for the knee, which is going to be the knee. That is 20.5, otherwise known as 20 and a half. And then you come here and then you mark your 39 inches, and then you add 2.5 inches allowance for the folding inside. You can use 2 inch, you can use 2.5. That's just what I use. And then you come here again and then mark the same thing, 20.5 here, and then here you add half inch to the 39. Here we use 39 inches, but here we are using 39 and a half. So that means the 2.5 inches will be. So here we measure the crotch area, yeah, 11 inches, of course, and then here we measured 11 inches, and then so we connected the lines together. Here won't be straight because remember we added half inch extra, which makes it 39 and a half, and here was 39 inches, so it won't be straight. So this is actually what we did this side. So now this is where we curve our trousers downwards. Yeah, you have to be careful you don't over curve it or curve it too much inside, so it won't look like a lady's trousers. So this is actually why this ruler is important for you to have as a tailor or as a fashion designer that you may be. So you just really straight downward. So our thigh is 22 and a half. So we divide 22 and a half into two. That is 11 and quarter. So this is 11 and quarter. We mark. The knee is 17. So that is 8 and a half. 17 divided by 2 is 8 and a half. So we come here and mark 8 and a half. And the ankle is 11 and a half. So the half of 11 and a half is 5 and 3/4. So we come here and mark 5 and 3/4 and connect the lines. So that's why I use this curve, connect the lines here, and then connect it downwards to there. So we measure our hip here, 36. The hip is the total hip circumference is 36 inches. So we divide 36 inches into 4, not 2 this time around. We divide it into 4. That is, into 2 is 18, and then into 2 again is 9 inches. And then we add 1 each for sewing allowance. That makes it 10. Okay, now here we try to form a curve or make it slant, not curve, but just make it slant. Yeah, so we just make it slant here. So here we measure our waist. Our waist is 31 inches. So we also divide 31 into 4 inches, which will give us 7 and 3/4. Yeah, 7 and 3/4. And then we add half inches instead of 1 that we added here. We add 1 inch, so which makes it 8 and quarter. So we come here and then mark it, and then we join them together. And here we remove half inch to create a fitting shape. So we join the half inch here with the lines here, so we make it slant. So here for our pocket we measure 2 inches here. And then for the zip, this is where we put in our zip. So we measure 6 or 5. No, this is 5 and 3/4 because not so much. This is 5 and 3/4. We measure 5 and 3/4 here. And then for the pockets, and then we measure 7 inches. Yeah, we measure. So all these places we just cut them a little bit, and then we cut the rest into like a quarter of an inch or an half inch. Quarter of an inch is okay because when you are trying to turn it, it might actually become wider. So you just cut it here. Here is just a little bit, just to make you know that there is something you have to do here. So you don't necessarily need to cut them to quarter of an inch. In fact, 1/8 of an inch is okay for you to cut it inside. Here, of course, quarter of an inch as well. So we've cut this place. You can see it's not so much because you are definitely still going to, this is actually what it's going to look like. Yeah, so this is it. So this place is almost half inch but not entirely half inch. Likewise here for the zip allowance too. So here is we cut the front bodies, which is actually two. Remember we folded it into two equal parts. So now we are trying to cut the back of the trouser. So you have to bring it down here. You remember we cut it, this place was at this side, so it's like this, but now you have to turn it back like this. Yeah, so and so we are cutting this, and to manage fabrics, because if you are to do it like this, you have to imagine sometimes you can use the entire part of this place. So you have to come here so you can use this side and also curve with the shape of the trouser as well. So here we just match the lines that we have here before. So we just match it to here, of course the length and then the folding allowance. So you don't just pick them up and just place them on the table. Here I measured 3 inches. Yeah, 3 inches from here to this point. But here, this is for the thigh, remember, and for the, no, this is for the hip. Of course, for the thigh, this is the hip region and this is the thigh. So we measure 3 inches here, and here is, you'll be measuring 2 inches. All this is our sewing allowance, 2 inches. Yeah, so at least, because so you can get the shape. So this is for those who are using, who will be using half inch, like for their sewing allowance, you know. But if you are using 1 inch, you have to know, you have to add the rest of the allowances. But here I'm using half inches, so one for a side and one for a side in total. So that is making it 2 inches. Here we connected the lines from these 3 inches here to the 2 inches here, and then I use this with the aid of this ruler. So if you are probably using a straight ruler, it might look somehow. You can see it might look somehow. So I use this with the aid of this ruler. So just connect the lines downwards. This place are 2 inches, except this place is 3 inches. So here we mark 2 inches for the hip allowance, and of course for the waist as well. And of course here, you remember we curved, we slanted this place a bit. So we are using this line here. I'm not using this. I actually added this just to make the line obvious. Some people can actually cut the line, can cut from the line, but I actually just left it here like this. So you come here and use the line, and then you mark the edge of where the trouser actually reached. So now you come here, and then you connect from the points you marked down to the edge of this trouser here. So it can't be straight, you know, remember we slanted it, so connect it. So here we go. So you cut here, and then of course we curve this place. So you draw a straight line, and then you curve this side, of course, and then I usually measure 2.5 inches here for the back crotch measurement. I add 2.5 because, you know, when you want to sit down so that your pants would be revealing your buttocks. So this actually makes the back area of the trouser to sit on your waist when you want to bend. So I mark it here and then draw the line, and then connect it with the 2 inch I marked here earlier, and then bingo, you can use this line, this curve. This is French curve, so you can see it's almost the same. So that's actually how we do it. So yeah, we be here we'll be using 4.25. I'll be explaining how you derive the 4.25. Yeah, so this is actually where you put the plate. That's all. So here is how I cut the fabric for the waist that I'll be using for the waistband. So I just drew a straight line across the of course, as I finished cutting the trouser, so I drew a straight line, make it straight, and then 3 inches, and then you connect the lines together. So that is all. You jump the way it is folded, the way the fabric is folded. That's how you cut it. Okay.